welcome to this episode of my Women Empowerment Wednesday show. My name is Jessica DSB. Enjoy this episode.
Happy, wonderful Wednesday. It's Women Empowerment Wednesday. Super excited to be with all of you today. If you're going to be watching live, please type live. And I want to read your comments, interact with us. It's going to be a short and sweet conversation today with my special guest. So for those that are just seeing me for the first time, my name is Jessica. I am the founder of the Women Empowerment Wednesday show. I am an entrepreneur, a coach, 3 times best international selling author, and flight attendant as well for the past 11 years. Super excited to be joining you today for this week's episode. Before I introduce our special guest, I just want to remind you that join my Facebook group, Women Empowerment by Jessica DSB. We build a great community, and we are at episode 55 of Women Empowerment Wednesday show. So I invite you to see all my videos uploaded on my YouTube channel, Jessica DSB. So thanks again and happy Wednesday. So my special guest for this week, I am so excited. Pantea, I'm sorry if I'm not with the French accent, pronouncing it right. She is a best-selling author, certified fertility and PTSD coach, show host, podcaster, and yes, this is our special guest of this week. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for having me. And thanks for your nice introduction. I'm so honored to be here.
I love how the universe works, because I did not know you much before a few weeks ago when one of my great mentor, Mr. Gordon, so shout out to you, said, hey, you have to connect with this amazing lady. She's already a multiple times best-selling author. I know you guys could connect on many topics, so reach out. And that's what I did. And so I'm very, very grateful to have you here today. And we're going to get into your summit that's coming up tomorrow. No, actually starting today. But before we get into that, for those that are just seeing you for the first time, do you want to share a bit more about who you are?
Yes, as I said, I'm a publisher. I have a publishing company, H Choice Publishing and Branding. And I'm also 3 times bestseller author. I also PTSD and a fertility coach. So what I do, I help women who are struggling with PTSD and fertility to get back to normal. I believe that PTSD is really related to health. So that's why I created a lot of podcasts related to health and PTSD. And 2 days especially, we have a free summit. We're going to dig into trauma recovery from different views and different aspects of life. And especially today, we're going to talk about grief recovery. And also, there are a lot of methods that we can use to recover from loss and grief. And if you have a lot of emotional problems and you really need to help yourself to recover and again start a new life, this is a great opportunity to join us, because this is free, first of all, and we have great, amazing guests there. They can help you connect with you. And especially this month is PTSD Awareness Month. So that's why I was going to do my mission and then get back to this amazing month.
I love it. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I want to get into today's topic, which is PTSD. So for those that are watching today and might not be familiar with PTSD, can you share a little bit more of what it is?
Yeah. all of us confront traumas. So it can be loss of your child, it can be loss, miscarriage, it can be accident or anything that shock you. So all of us have it. But the point is how we can confront those triggers and how we can have a better reaction to those traumas. That's the point. That's the question. So post-trauma actually talking about all the things that happen after trauma. So myself also had some traumas in my life. First, somebody threatened me with knife point and wanted to kill me. And I had a really bad back injury, and it took me a few months to get rid of those health issues. But still, I had lots of mental problems, like because I always thought that somebody's following me. So PTSD, you may have the trauma, you may never notice that can affect your life, and you may think that time can recover you from the trauma, but that's not right. Because if you don't process the trauma, that may affect your entire life. There are lots of chronic disease after that. You may have it. So all the traumas accumulate and lead you to a bigger trauma of your physical problem, mental problem. Then I realized, like after that, I had few years later, I had fertility issues and other trauma. But because I learned how to recover from the first trauma, so I used the same technique. And then I said, I have to share my message with the world. So that's why I have podcasts. I have 5 different podcasts, and 3 of them actually talk about health issues. The Monday one is about auto promotion show. The second one on Tuesday, I have fertility empowerment show, which talk about fertility issues, problem, and and I have a book from that fertility empowerment show, which is this one, Naturally Conceived. This is already bestseller in Canada and US, so international bestseller. And I have amazing contributors inside there. And I have on Thursdays, I have PTSD self-healing show, which is about PTSD, as you see. So post-trauma, we talk about different modalities about the trauma recovery. And on Friday, I have Green Healing Show. We always talk about chronic disease. So I have amazing health practitioners, medical doctors, functional medical practitioners, and a lot of people who really very high profile experts in their field, and they are ready to help you and connect with you.
Beautiful. I was just reading before our show a quote that said, not everyone with PTSD is a combat veteran, right? Because I'm sure I'm not the only one that might, when you hear PTSD, you match it right away with somebody in the army or, these huge titles of job. And, hearing you giving us multiple examples, that multiple ways that we have traumas, and that you can get PTSD. So thank you for sharing that. So what would be some of the signs that somebody is battling PTSD?
Actually, PTSD is not, it can be in different levels. So you may have it for years and you never notice it, especially when you have childhood trauma. It happened in your childhood. You probably mistreated, or something happened badly in your childhood and really affect you. And you may get married and later you have accumulated in your body. So some people have complex PTSD, some people have mild, some people have severe PTSD. Whenever actually we past the trauma, it affects us, right?
Mhm.
It may have different signs, like, as I said, it's from mild to severe. You may have depression, anxiety, fear, and even in worst case scenario, you are triggered with whatever happened, like an event, similar event trigger you with your trauma. So it can be a very different signs, because as I said, it can be from mild to severe. Especially when you have severe one, then you may need some help from outside. So some consultants, psychotherapists, and coaches can help you. But when you have mild PTSD, it's much easier because you can do self-recovery. I actually realized if you can discover in your heart that you need help, that's a great step to start. Because when there are a lot of people saying, okay, my son has PTSD, what should I do? As I tell them, they should realize it themselves. So it's like a volunteer work. They have to come and visit the psychotherapist. They have to start working on themselves. So you cannot force them to do any self-recovery. That's the same as healing. So you see this two people with the same symptoms, they get the healing medication or they do any other treatments, they start together, but one of them get a better result because they believe in their heart that they can be recovered. So it's really depends one person to another.
Wow, that is powerful what you just shared. So one, I just want to summarize. One, to acknowledge that you need help. That's huge, right? And then second, to actually believe that you can get better, that you can get well. I always say life is so short. You don't want to stay in that trauma and that energy. You know, you have such greatness in yourself. And so what you just shared right now is so powerful. Thank you for doing that. So like you said, mild to severe. Yes, go ahead. Did you want to say something else?
No.
Okay, you wanted to add something. So you said, to get help, if somebody wants to, it just went through a trauma not too long ago, they are acknowledging they need help. What's the first step they can do? Like, how can they get help? Like, who do they go to get some help?
Yeah, that's why we have a summit today, right? So we have a lot of coaches, psychotherapists. I try to categorize them. Today's theme is about grief recovery mostly, and how we can recover from violence, losing in early miscarriages. So it's mostly about the grief. And also, as I said, we have somebody talking about the combat PTSD, and also the violence. So you have to find your way. PTSD is very massive. I recommend everybody who get help from support group. Support group is really helpful. Like myself, for my pregnancy, I use a support group on Facebook. There are lots of them there. It really empowers you. Try to read books, like empower books.
Yes.
And also you can use coaches or psychotherapists who help you go through this because they've already been there. Usually all of my speakers today, they had their own trauma, so they recover from it and they know they're going to help others. That's the best way. When you, like, for me, it took me some time to recover. So that's why I learned all the techniques, how I can help myself, how I can help others. That's the best shortcut to get help from others.
Love it, because I am the same. I am doing what I do today, my women empowerment brand, everything that I'm doing is because when I was so down there, you know, from leaving an abusive marriage, being a single mom, having to rebuild myself, when I really learned that I wanted to be there for other women in that situation. Love that. Love that. So the summit is tonight and tomorrow. By the way, I'm going to be one of the speakers tomorrow night. Can you remind the details of what time the summit starts and the length of the summit?
Yes. The best way to approach to this summit is going to my website, panteakalhor.com, and I'm going to send you the links. PTSD Summit. You have it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, PTSD Summit. And there you can enroll to this summit, which is the best way because we have lots of free gifts for you, resources, free gifts. So as soon as you enroll to this summit, you get a confirmation letter. You have to confirm it and you get free gifts and a lot of good stuff. And then if you want to join us, I have links on Facebook and YouTube. You can go there and connect with us. And what you can do, you can ask questions because this is a great opportunity. It's very difficult to find all the great speakers in one spot, and they are very good in their field and they know what they do.
Yes, exactly. I'm looking forward to it. Well, what time does it start tonight?
7 p.m. EDT today.
Awesome.
And tomorrow, same time.
Same time. So like every week, I will post this live video into my Women Empowerment Facebook group by Jessica DSB. And in the comments, we're going to post all the links to get you registered to the summit. Don't miss it. Like she just said, there's so many incredible speakers, different topics, but all related to PTSD. I know you can learn a lot and share with your friends and family. I'm going to read today's quote that I picked for today, and I'm going to let you close off with a few minutes that's what you want to share today that's on your heart. You want to empower these incredible women and men watching this episode today. The quote is, "It's not always just the heart. Sometimes your mind break as well." And that's R.H. Sin. The last thing I want to say on that is be kind to yourself and be compassionate. We will go through traumas. I don't know anybody that hasn't gone through a trauma. And so just be kind to yourself, be compassionate, and reach out for some help. We've just talked about so many different ways to get the help. So I'm inviting you to do that today. So I'm going to let you close off with what's on your heart.
Yeah, trauma is not end of the world. It's a great opening to new opportunities, because when something bad happened to you, that's a sign. That's a warning sign for you to rebuild and reframe your brain. There are lots of people after trauma find their mission and they understand what to do the next step. As you talk to different amazing people today, you can see if they lost their child, they are on mission to help other people. There are great people here that already passed this trauma. So trauma is not end of the world. You have two choices. First, you can shut your body down and just try to distract yourself with drug and other modalities. But you have another option to have a gap, have some learning techniques, and then reframe your brain to start over.
Love that. Beautiful, beautiful words. Thank you so much for your time. Again, we're going to post all the links to register to the summit. Make sure you're following Pantea to follow all the beautiful podcasts that she has going on. If you need help with publishing your book, she's there as well. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for everybody that's been watching today with us. I want to just quickly say, I will be taking a month off of Women Empowerment Wednesday show. So the whole month of July, there was no Women Empowerment Wednesday show, and I'm going to be back August, the first week of August. I think it's August 4th. Very excited. And so have an amazing summer. If you need anything, want to talk, I'm here. Message me. Keep following our group and keep inviting the people that you care about so we can grow this community and empower each other, because we rise by lifting each other. So thanks again. Have a beautiful Wednesday, and see you soon.
Bye.
If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share with the people that you love. Always with love, Jessica DSB.